Hey everybody, Mary Z back once again for Voice Hacks. This last week I did actually make you guys an amazing video about The Masked Singer, the show The Masked Singer, but I couldn't use it because Fox has that footage on lockdown. You know, how we're able to even do reaction or analysis videos at all is by virtue of the fact that YouTube takes the money from the video clips we use and actually gives it to the artists or the copyright holder. So I've actually used footage of X Factor, American Idol, and some of my other videos with no problem because the company's just getting paid for the views. I'm not getting paid for those views. It didn't work with The Masked Singer. They really have that footage on lock. They don't want anybody there. So I'm sorry for the delay in videos, everybody. But today I decided no more commercial stuff. I want to go back to my roots, go back to what my specialty is, and that's metal. And so today we're going to look at one of your most highly requested singers, and that is Spencer Sotelo from Periphery. So many of you email me and message me and ask me, what is Spencer doing? What is Spencer doing? What is Spencer doing? How can I be like Spencer? So I'm going to answer some of those questions today. We're going to take a look at one of their new songs called Blood Eagle. It's really dope. It's off their new record that's coming out called Hail Stan, which is really cool. Let's just jump in and take a look at the video. Let's listen to what he's doing. I'm going to point out all the different things that he's doing well and what you can learn from Spencer. So let's take a look. And if you're new to this will be really cool. So we're jumping in a little bit into the video here because I wanted to get to a part where you could actually hear him do some stuff with his voice as well as screams. So here we go. This is Blood Eagle.
A soul descending swiftly, the burning stench of afterlife. No rays from heaven, only high side. A soul descending swiftly, the burning stench of afterlife. No grace from heaven, the new sun, fading to the sky once more. Weeping for the south, for the abandoned children of Christ, and been laid to waste on the
All right, that's where I'm going to stop it because that is really amazing. What an incredible vocalist. There's a lot of things going on in there. So let's talk about all the different things that Spencer's doing within that short time period that we watched of just one song, and we'll divide it up. So the first thing is he's a really good fry screamer. So all his full distortion vocals, I'm pretty sure are fry scream. Again, I haven't spoken to him and I haven't met him, and I'm listening to studio tracks, not raw tracks, but I'm guessing that they kind of sound like medium and high fries, if I had to guess. So that's one thing. If you wanted to do his full distortion screams, you'd be looking to learn fry screaming. That would be the most effective one. The other things he's doing are really good clean belting with no distortion, and then he also does distorted voice belting, and then he ramps some of that into his fry screams. So a lot of people have noticed that he's become a little bit better over the years, and I couldn't find anything in my research in interviews that he's done to indicate that he's really had any formal kind of training. But this is one thing that I say to my students all the time, that if you actually have a little bit of natural talent and ability, getting out there and doing it forces you to get better. I know he does give some voice lessons from time to time, and so that being said, I think that he has learned a few things, whether they were from lessons or just things that he stumbled upon on his own, or perhaps even things that he learned from like video tutorials on the internet. There is so much out there now to help vocalists that wasn't there before. One of the things that he is doing as a performer, whether he realizes it or not, is he's placing all of his belting really ideally. He has a neutral larynx when he's belting, and that's allowing him to belt very high, even for a tenor. So if you're a baritone, you're probably going to be very uncomfortable trying to belt as high as him in this key. There are a few exceptions. I do have some baritones who can belt just about as high as a tenor. There's a few wide range baritones out there. Once again, I want to give a little shout out to the Range Place for being my go-to to check out the actual range of this person. We're looking at pretty much textbook tenor vocal range. He can sometimes go a little bit lower, pushing it occasionally from all the way from E2 up to B5. But I would say like F2, G2 to B5 is like typical textbook tenor range. You know, he's pushed it a little bit lower for a couple notes here and there, and that's not unusual. So we should realize he's got a very bright color and timbre to his voice, but he is not a countertenor. A countertenor can't really sing anywhere near as low as he can. Somebody like The Weeknd or perhaps Justin Timberlake is going to be a little bit higher voiced than somebody like Spencer, or the vocalist from like Circus Survive or Coheed and Cambria or Nothing More. We're looking at people who are more countertenors rather than regular tenors. So as bright as Spencer's voice is, he's a regular tenor, which gives him an incredible amount of flexibility though. He's got some really robust low end and some very bright controlled highs. So he controls his belting. He's getting all of his distortion from in here, from the top layers, not from by pushing his false chords together or by pressing on his larynx. It's super important that you get these from the right place. The other thing that he does is he's learned, again, whether he knows it or not, he's figured out how to keep a neutral larynx while belting up to some of his highest notes. In this song, we're hearing notes around B4, C5, getting really high up into the male belt range here. He typically will go into his mixed voice or falsetto a little bit higher than that, but some of his high belt notes in this song you could almost classify as slightly mixed. It's what some vocal programs call overdrive. If you're one of my students, you know I call this the upper belting technique, and it's actually where we stabilize our larynx a little bit higher up into our belt range to get our full max belt range. There's still a limit, but it's a way we train ourselves to have a relaxed larynx in an upper belting sound, in an upper belting position. And by that, I mean above A4. I mean really high belting. Many of these things he's doing very well. The other thing that is enabling him to do all of these things is proper breath support. Somewhere along the line, he learned how to support his sound from the abs, from the diaphragm, the proper way that we all should be doing it. And if you want to learn how to do some of the things that Spencer's doing, start with my intro series. It's in my playlists right here on the Voicehacks YouTube channel. So go to the channel page, click on the playlists tab. If you're a total noob to this stuff, watch my intro series. If you're not a noob and you've been singing for a while, skip right ahead to my belter series. That'll get you going a little bit higher into your belt range if you're a tenor. If you're a baritone, again, I would not realistically expect to do these things. As low as they're already tuned, I think you would need to lower it a key. You could probably play it in a different key in a low tuning. So it depends on your theory knowledge, but I would not try to do this vocal melody exactly in this original key if I were you, if you're a baritone. If you also want to learn the distortion, watch my Screamer series playlist. I've got exercises, I've got breathing workouts, I've got all these things on there. So check it out, start learning a little bit, and let me know what you think. I think Spencer's an amazing vocalist. I really hope I get to catch them live because what he's doing is super incredible. And thank you guys so much for requesting this video. Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe. I put all my Instagram, Facebook group links in here. Everything you need in the description below. Thank you guys so much. It was great to check out this song. Let's kind of listen to it on the way out here and catch a little bit more of Periphery and Spencer's amazing vocals.
The giants have grace. The land is ours to claim.